net zero buildings, they will be part of a solution for our planet. And so we must really even more be proud of what we can do. You have learned that there are 15 principles of EECA that builds a sort of ingredients of a menu. A cook needs ingredients for cooking a good menu. Or they're like instruments in a symphonic orchestra that, if properly used, professionally and in a coordinated manner, that can pave the way to a net zero project. Keep in mind that an unbalanced use of these instruments or ingredients, they will produce conflicting objectives or have, talking as an orchestra, it will not result in a harmony, it will be a disharmony. Only with high competent players skilled in each instrument discipline and together focused on the holistic goal of net zero buildings, we will be able to aim for that. Let me give you a brief overview over these 15 principles. The first one, and actually I marked the ones I will present you later on in this presentation, some projects as examples. I will not go in details on all of that. The first and the most important principle is integrated design with a holistic goal, which includes all actors. I will present you an example later on. The second one is the controlled use of natural solar radiation on site. I will also present a brief project on that. The third one is the inclusion of energy over the whole life cycle of a building, which includes the grey energy and grey emissions we invest in construction and reconstruction of a building, and not only looking on the operation of a building. I also will present an example on that. The fourth one, I will not go deeper into that, is that the thermal insulation, the envelope of a building that upholds low energy demand and grants an appropriate room comfort inside. That's another principle. The fifth principle is to reduce, or respectively actually avoid, the use of toxic materials in construction. I don't want to go deeper into that, but keep in mind what we are building today, we build for following generations. We don't want to leave over buildings as toxic waste on this planet. The sixth principle is the mechanical control of natural ventilation, the air exchange of a building to uphold an appropriate room comfort with a low energy demand. I will present an example on that. The seventh is a simple one. Seventh principle is get rid of fossil energy to operate buildings. We don't need fossil energies to operate or to still the energy demands for cooling and heating of our building. So that's an easy one. I will not go deeper into that. The eighth principle is to make use of the natural cooling possibilities using the cooler nights at site. I don't want to go deeper into that as well. The ninth principle is the integration of outdoor spaces into our building design. Actually, that's one of the bigger issues. I will present a detail on that. What is the outdoor spaces? What is the interdependencies with the building? The 10th principle, I will present a brief example on that, is the reduce of the demand of electrical energy by using efficient equipment in buildings and lighting resources. I will show you an example on that. The 11th principle is that, and I will not go deeper into that, but it's as important as the others, user behavior is especially in net zero buildings a growing issue. Only if our concepts are understood by its users, they will be last and they will contribute to our goal. So invest in capacity building of user skills also. The 12th principle, I don't want to go deeper into that, but it's clear. Drinking water is a limited resource all over the world. That's a big issue. So a conscious water management will be mandatory for such buildings. The 13th principle, I don't want to go deeper into that, is that the energy demand for climatization of buildings has even here in Switzerland already exceed the demand for heating. In our countries, in South America, the need for effective air conditioning, possibly without mechanical chillers, will be one of the main drivers and is mandatory. The 14th principle, I will go deeper into that as well, is the self-generation of renewable electrical energy on site. That's a key if you want to really go towards a net zero building. And the 15th principle, I will also present an example, is monitoring. Monitoring is a key for net zero buildings. To reach this ambitious benchmark, an appropriate and constant measurement of the influencing variables is mandatory.